right, guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you are all doing well and having a great day so far. Plenty to discuss in today's video regarding an ALGS champion possibly finding himself a roster to play on. Pretty exciting news, and also a big change to the Apex Legends esports scene as a whole, as we have got a lot more to do now, a lot more to play for now, that I'm very excited to discuss here today. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. As always, we just surpassed 2,000 subscribers. Unbelievable amount of the support that we've had over on this channel. I just stumbled my words as well. That's insane. But regardless, really appreciate all the love that you guys have given, and I enjoy bringing this news as well, especially because I'm learning you guys have had to correct me on so many things already. But regardless, it's been a lot of fun, so I appreciate you doing that. Thank you so much for the support. Let's go ahead and jump right into this one. First thing that I wanted to mention here, this was coming from NRG's player, Sweet Dreams. You guys know and love Sweet Dreams. Well, maybe not love, but some people, I think he's controversial. You know, he's a rival for Imperial How. You either love or hate him. But regardless, this was what he was saying last night. Live action of PvP trying to hold it together the last couple of months of the Cloud9 Apex roster. It was, ironically enough, this guy kind of looks like PvP. I don't know if you guys have ever seen. The red beard matches perfectly, and I definitely think this was pretty accurate. Even JMeyels are basically saying this is pretty true, to be quite honest with you. So I thought that was interesting and definitely worth mentioning. Now, also, like I said earlier, it looks like we have a lot of stuff to do in the Apex Legends esports scene currently. And here's why I think Apex is doing, maybe not Apex, but maybe something they did that triggered this kind of for the Apex Legends esports to begin to start thriving. We've kind of been worrying in the last couple of months, you know, what's the future of this game? Is EA going to run, you know, ALGS down into the ground? Is it not going to be as big anymore? Are they going to do something bigger and better? Is the, you know, pro scene just going to continue to grow? And I really think it's going to probably happen because of other people and their efforts. So we talked about this yesterday. Realm has actually announced that they will be returning January 16th. That's actually today, 2 p.m. CET. We're hosting a 3-week preseason to finalize a few of our systems with $25,000 in prizing. Once concluded, season 1 will return with a full $150,000 in prizing. So if you want to join, follow these steps. They go through all of this stuff. Well, they actually announced yesterday that we'll be introducing our brand new ELO rating formula in season 1. The preseason will run off of point systems, and here are the top rated ELO players based off our first week of the alpha on Realm. You guys can see right here, basically every player has their own ELO rating now. I kind of like the way that this looks. I like the way that this plays out. I think it's a little bit different of a system, and it kind of gives you a different perspective of how the pro scene could be approached in Apex Legends. Regardless, that's a lot of money to be having in a scene. 150K. I think the oversight stuff is like 500K or something. I don't know. There's a lot of money that we have in the Apex esports now, because we not only have like the millions of dollars in ALGS, we've got the hundreds of thousands of dollars in oversight. You know, the 20, 30 thousands or so with the BenQ tournaments, the Monster Energy tournaments that we've been having. Then we've also got Realm jumping in here now with the 150Ks. A lot of stuff in the Apex esports to partake of. And I honestly think with the launch of the private match system that they, you know, had a couple weeks ago or a week ago or so, I really think it's kind of maybe jump started a lot of this stuff. People that have money that didn't have codes are now able to do their own little funding tournaments, community tournaments. We've been seeing $500 for a little small community tournament. You love to see it. And I honestly really hope that Apex can continue to capitalize on this for the Apex Legends esports sake, because I think it definitely could be a very big thing. Not only that though, like I said earlier, we've got a lot of creators that are kind of showing some stuff. This was coming from Crazy Raccoon, saying the Crazy Raccoon Cup, Apex Legends number 10. You know, he's still doing apparently some big tournaments over there as well. And then Raz is also competing in this. I think this is all like Apex stuff. But regardless, man, you love to see a lot of people, I guess, just taking advantage of the platform that they have in the Apex Legends esports. Like, I know Battle Royale esports is kind of hit or miss. I understand that it's a little crazy, but at the end of the day, I really love the fact that it attracts so many people. It is very competitive. Apex, at least, is probably the best battle royale out there in my opinion. So I really love the competitive scene, and I hope that they can continue to do a very good job on this. Now, one of the rosters that we have been discussing for the last couple of weeks is where Stuhni is going to find himself. We saw that basically he said that he was going to be looking for a team to play with. He's trying to get back into this. If you guys are not familiar with Stuhni, you know, content creator for Furia, ALGS champion, NSG summer champion. This guy is followed by so many people and respected by so many people in this community. So I'm definitely excited to see where this guy is going to land. But he actually made this tweet yesterday. Thank you to Kitty for tagging me in this over on Twitter, saying I was undercover trying out for a team. And guess what? It looks like I got the spot. Looks like Stuhni might actually find himself over here in a very good position in the Apex Esports scene. Is this a Pro League team? I'm not sure. Is it a CC team? I'm not sure. I don't really know what team he's trying out for, because like I said, he said he was undercover. So really, what did he do? Did he change his gamer tag? Was anybody able to catch this? I know the other day he was, I think it was like a charity event tournament he was playing, and I think he was playing with the Prize or Preezy, however you pronounce it, and Jasmine. So I'm not really sure. I know he's got plenty of connections to find whatever team he wants to get on. So it's not really about the connections. It's really just about where is an opening that he could find and where is a spot that he fits quite in. So it's really good to see that Stuhni is back in business. I tried to look at this document that Oven gave me where there's a lot of roster changes. We can see returning players right here, what they're up to, what some of these big rosters are doing. Like we could see Sentinels, obviously, Aiden to the Destroyer is set to join as a new third, Tech to go back to coaching. We've got all kind of roster updates. I have not seen Stuhni on this list. I don't really know if anybody is aware of what Stuhni is up to, so it's really, really hard. We see FaZe Clan going through a lot of stuff. One thing I did wanted to mention here, though, from all of these roster changes is G2 Esports is a very interesting conversation here. As you can see, the org leaves Apex scene. We saw them drop their entire Apex roster and decided to move on. However, there was something that I thought was worth noting, and that is the fact that Oven also updated this saying G2 Esports might still consider an Apex Legends roster, because Chaotic stated that they offered to keep him and sign a new roster, but he refused. So it actually looked like they were trying to get rid of Designful and Resulta. So it actually looked like they were trying to get rid of the other two, but yet keep Chaotic and sign a new roster and stay in the Apex Legends scene. So has G2 decided to quit on Apex? I'm not so convinced now that I see this. They said the roster will probably obviously rebrand to their old name, Aim Assist, if they stay, but they said they offer to keep them and still stay in the Apex scene. So will we see G2 make a return? It is definitely possible, and I really hope so, because I don't want to see a lot of these organizations back out of the game. We talked about yesterday SSG potentially, going to step out of the scene as well. Not what you want to see for an Apex Legends fan. So hopefully we'll get some of these guys coming back. Maybe with these big tournaments that are coming around the corner, we'll even see some new roster announcements. A lot of these teams may do so, because when the ALGS LAN goes on, you're going to see a lot of excitement. You're going to see a lot of hype. Teams will come back, or some teams players will come back. Some orgs will decide to make their scene back in the Apex scene once they realize how good this stuff is. I think the big thing is to see how well EA and Apex take care of their scene. Now, when it comes to some of these organizations, what roster could you pick up? G2, stay on alert for this squad. We've been discussing them the last couple of weeks. MPS, I'm Madness's roster. I cannot believe that these guys have not found a team. We know that there's been some drama in the past with Madness and some other pro players and some controversies with YouTubers and whatever, and he's had a lot of altercations of his ego. I've even spoken to Madness privately, and he said he's been working on it. He's trying to change. He understands he used to be a douchebag back in the day, and he's trying to get better. And so Madness has done a really good job at proving himself over in these pro scene matches, over in these tournaments. He's done really well, and despite not having an organization to support him here, these guys have done incredible. So I want to go over a little of their accolades that they kind of posted yesterday. MPS results, despite not being signed by an organization in the leagues: Oversight Season 1, 6th overall; ALGS Pro League, 14th overall, but 8th place average since roster swap mid-league. Oversight Season 2 had a 7th place overall, and then more recently got a 5th place in ESA. Finals from Oversight in 2nd, quals from Oversight in 2nd, and Oversight finals again with a 5th place. So a lot of really good accolades for these guys. Maybe G2 looks at this roster and says, hey, this is a potential roster direction that we could go. I don't really know if they're going to do that. Maybe they want a little bit more of a high ranked team. Nonetheless, this team is a free agent roster that has been killing it by far, and definitely deserves some type of an organization to support these boys. Speaking of organizations supporting their players, just kind of wanted to mention this as we close out the video here. Pulver X, it looks like finally we're going to get to see these guys at a LAN with a third player. We know at the World Championship, because of the whole COVID situation, these guys had to play as a duo. I know a lot of people are going to be rooting for them because they were actually fan favorited, considering they were doing so well as a duo. Now that they've got all three of their guys, we'll see if they can actually make a dent here at the London LAN. So let me know what you guys are thinking down in the comment section below about all of these roster updates, all of these roster changes, the Apex Legends pro scene in general, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I'll see you later, Gators.